After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the Town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gino-Gino, the MarComm specialist here at Town Hall, and today I am with
Ryan Cannon, Town Manager.
And we're going to be talking about the Town Council meeting that happened last night, February 22nd. Ryan, you want to take it away?
I will take it away. Wasn't a super long meeting, so my explanation of it will likely take almost as long as the meeting took. So the first thing, we did have consent agenda, and the Town Council did approve their check register, which is payment to all of our vendors, and minutes, which is a recap of what happened at our meetings. And then we also had a bond release for a neighborhood, Fairwood Section 2 and Section 3. They were changing from a performance bond to a maintenance bond, and so the Town Council did approve all of those things. On our new business agenda item, we had 3 items. We had a comprehensive plan contract. So for those of you who don't know what a comprehensive plan is, the comprehensive plan is the major policy document of the town, which casts our vision for what we want for our community. And so it's a very important document, maybe the most important document that the town does in terms of planning and creating a vision for our community. Then we have all kinds of other policies that we create to kind of support that. Our thoroughfare plan, our recreation impact fee, our unified development ordinance, our bike and trail master plan for connectivity. And so all of those things make sure that the vision that we establish in the comprehensive plan is actually taking place in the community. So we are going to update the comprehensive plan. And last night, the Town Council approved a contract with HWC to prepare that plan. The plan will take us about 12 months. And so for those of you who are listening and are interested in providing input and helping provide us a vision for what we think Avon should be, there will be a very robust public involvement as part of that development of that plan. So we would ask you to come and provide your input and tell us how you want Avon to look in the future. So the Town Council did approve that. It'll take us 12 months. So we'll get started in March and hopefully be done by early next year. So stay tuned for more information on that. The next item we had was the approval of a contract for a traffic signal evaluation. Many of you know that Dan Jones is currently under construction, is being widened to 4 lanes. The county is actually widening the Dan Jones Bridge to 4 lanes. So when we do that, the intersection at Lowe's Road and Dan Jones Road, or Hartford Street, whichever one you're used to seeing, that traffic signal, the phasing and the timings are going to have to be adjusted based on the construction that's going to be done. So we hired an engineer to basically, or we're proposing to hire an engineer to basically evaluate the intersection. They will make adjustments now for increased operational benefit, but they'll also create what the traffic signal timings and phasing should look like once the widening is done, to again make sure that the traffic flow works efficiently through the intersection and cooperates. As many of you know, that intersection is very close to US 36. So if it's not timed properly and it's not working in cooperation with that US 36 intersection, it does cause traffic delays. So that study is about $15,000, and the Town Council did approve us moving forward with that. So stay tuned for that. We'll make some modifications to the signal timings there. The last item under new business was Make My Move, which this is a new economic development initiative that the town is taking place. People may have heard me speak in the past about trying to diversify our economic development efforts. We've approved a lot of industrial and light manufacturing type things, buildings of different size And Make My Move, we feel like will fit perfectly into that portfolio. It's a little bit different. It's not a hard shell, a building itself. It's actually attracting people who have remote work jobs and attracting them to bring those jobs to our community. And if they're willing to do that, we're willing to provide them incentives to attract them to the community. So it would be a partnership with Indiana Economic Development Commission, who will help fund that initiative. The town council's goals is to attract 10 jobs over the next 12 months. Like I said, people will have to bring their job with them and then move to the community. And if they'll do that, we will give them an incentive to do that. The draw of that is to try to draw people who maybe live on the East Coast or on the West Coast, and they can actually come and move to a community like Avon and have a much better quality of life. And the cost for us to attract those jobs, we talk a lot about the cost of attracting jobs for like brick and mortar buildings. And this is actually a relatively inexpensive way to attract jobs to our community at a relatively low cost. So we're excited to see how that works. Like I said, it'll be 10 jobs. The town council did approve the contract with Make My Move to attract those 10 jobs. And the goal is to attract those 10 jobs over the next 12 months. So we'll be excited to report back and see how that actually works itself out. Then the final thing we had on the agenda was we did have one ordinance, which I think I talked about in the previous podcast, that we introduced our park fees. These are all existing park fees. Some of them just weren't in our ordinance. And so these would just establish those fees that we were basically already charging folks, but gets it into our ordinance where it needs to be so that people can understand what those fees are if they want to do things at our park. And the town council also approved that ordinance.
That's it?
That was it.
I did have a quick question. Could you explain I'm sorry, Ryan.
I told you no questions today, Angel.
I'm sorry. We got to make it longer than the meeting.
Okay. All right.
So in the bond releases, can you explain the difference between those two? Why, they had to go through town council, and why is there like these steps that had to be made?
Oh, that's a good question, Angel. So this is what happens when someone wants to build a subdivision. The town, when they record a plat, the town accepts ownership of that street. So basically when we subdivide a neighborhood and create lots, so you may have a big farm that's 80 acres and you're going to make it 100 homes, and so you create smaller lots on that individual property. When you do that, there's a dedication statement of streets. And so if I'm a developer and I'm building that subdivision, the town won't allow you to dedicate those streets unless we have some assurance that those streets will get built. So that's what we require them to provide a performance bond, which means they will actually perform the work and make sure that that street gets built. Or in this case, these were drainage bonds. So that means to make sure they will install the drainage infrastructure. But then once they do that, we also require a guarantee that once they install the infrastructure, that it meets our standards. And so they have to provide a 3-year maintenance bond. And that's basically to say that there's no problems with their construction and what they've done. Typically, a performance bond is 100% of the construction cost. A maintenance bond is 25%, so it's much less. But it's basically an insurance policy that builders do to make sure that they fulfill their obligations to the town. And that's how we make sure that taxpayers don't get stuck trying to build streets for developments.
Perfect. Awesome. Ryan, when's the next meeting?
Next meeting is March 14th. It's a little bit nice. So we get an extra week off between meetings because of the leap year. So everybody celebrate the leap year.
Happy leap year, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget registrations for the new community garden are now open. For more information, please visit avonindiana.gov/community garden. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/community garden. And the Avon Farmers Market vendor applications are actually now available online. If you're interested or want more information, please visit avonindiana.gov/farmersmarket. That's avonindiana.gov/farmersmarket. All right, Ryan, what are you most excited to do this summer? since I know it's getting warmer and, we're seeing a lot more people out, what are you most excited for?
Well, I like to play tennis with my daughters, so I'm looking
Tennis.
forward to getting out, getting some sunshine, and playing tennis with my daughters.
Getting that vitamin D.
that. Yeah, get that vitamin D and get some exercise. So it's
That's
good.
exciting. All right. I'm
How about
allergic.
you, Angel? What are you excited for?
I'm allergic and I have allergies of pollen, so not really excited for that, but I'm excited to just having the warm weather. Hopefully get a couple days in the beach and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's what I'm most excited for. We hope that you guys are enjoying this warm weather. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to smile. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. All right. Bye.